Hi, it's me. So this is a fun video. It's for entertainment purposes. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that I'm a nerd. What is that in my hair? Like yuckies there. Don't be distracted by the yuckies. So it is definitely a fun video because as you can see, I have my sparklies in my eyes, which is so much fun for me. Makeup is fun. Okay, so as you recall, I'm a nerd. I like reading a lot of techno stuff, medicine, just lots of stuff. The Bible's my number one read. So I want to share something with you. Check this out. This is the article that I'm reading. I like reading this magazine. See that? It's called Nexus. Do you see that? It says there, death by medicine. Death by medicine. The shocking statistics. See that? That's one of the articles. So it's like a part 3. This is part 1. And this issue is from October 2004. And basically what it's about, if you can get your hands on me, you can read the article also. Basically what it's about is that these doctors came together and pulled all the data, all the statistics about what was happening with people that were going into hospitals, people that were giving pharmaceuticals. I want to say something. I like to think that I know the difference between medicine and drugs. Medicine is something that helps your body, heals your body. So it's considered a medicine. And food and herbs, those are medicines. Even the earth is medicine, the ground and the rain is medicine. The air is medicine if it's not contaminated with all these contrails, chemtrails, nanobots, and chemicals. But drugs, these pharmaceuticals, I want to say most of the pharmaceuticals are drugs. Anyway, back to this read. They say that the statistics show that 20% of the people that were going into the hospital were being killed. They were being killed by the drugs that were administered to them in the hospital. 20% people died. They also found that the people that were going there for a condition and were given these drugs, these pharmaceuticals, is that they were so harmful to the people, the adverse reactions, is that what they came in for, they were leaving with other ailments or health conditions, serious health conditions from the drugs that they were given. Wow, right? Well, this was back in 2004. So can you imagine today how many drugs they have comprised now? Basically, what they were saying in the roundabout way, or again said, is that money was more important than a person's health. Because these pharmaceuticals, these drugs were supplying money. And if you have been with me, you know I do not approve of regenerative medicine or nanotechnology in my body. I do not consent. Now, if you recall, I posted up a video some time ago, and it was the article that actually was released. It was the first ever 6G AI RAN stack internet, artificial intelligent internet. Cisco, Booz Allen, and T-Mobile were a part of it, and they had said that it had been up and running for 6 months. Now, I'm going to refer to my notes because I like writing everything down that I learned throughout the years. I try to put dates and the source where it came from. But if you recall, I touched on this in one of the videos. I'm going to try to locate it because the reason for, let me see if I can locate it. And somebody had mentioned the comment about they feel that this AI techno that they've come up with has some type of demonic presence to it. Remember all that talk about that Google, the black goo? And they were saying how it was evil and was making people react in a certain way. If you're familiar with AI learning, the deep machine learning can only learn from negative negative, because it can only correct itself when it gets the negative feedback. That's why, if you remember, there was a lot of chatbots that were saying things that were just off the wall, like, and people were getting upset over it, and that was the reaction they were looking for. So they were purposely doing it. It was on purpose. It was done intentionally. It was not a oops accident. Okay, let me see if I can locate it, because that was something else. Otto Zelensky. I don't know if I'll touch on that. Otto Zelensky, if you're familiar with him, supposedly he was Hitler's bodyguard, and he openly said he murdered Nikola Tesla. Hey, you guys, stop it. The cats are fighting. Don't do that. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Okay, so I'm trying to locate it. I haven't located it. I remember I had talked about smart cities where the sidewalks of cement would have nanotech in it. So it would be the citizen communicating. The city would know more about the citizen because they're communicating and connected together. Gosh, I don't see it, and I don't want to waste your time here. Okay, here it is. And NVIDIA was a part of that. NVIDIA AI. Okay, so their aerial software libraries make 6G applications possible, 6th generation. NVIDIA has third-party agreements. Section 27A of the Securities Act of 1933 has amended Section 21E. So here it is, 6G. It is a step to human autonomy. Remember, they want to do transhumanism, merge man with machine. It is not upgrading devices. It is upgrading the system's access to humans. I'm going to say that again. The 6G, it is not about upgrading devices, making them faster and better. It's about upgrading the system's access to humans, to you and me. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now, we learn things through experiment or experience. And if you saw my other video, you know that I had been experiencing back pain, leg pain, sciatica, so on. So I started documenting because I was having flare-ups, and it was just come on suddenly, and I'm like, why is this happening? I'm doing all the right things, I'm moving the right way, I'm keeping, doing all the right things. Why am I having this flare-up? Remember I told you about that shot that I got in the arm, which I swear by, that had nanotechnology in it. By all means, implications and actions and reaction that I had, it was filled with nanotech. Now, I've documented every time that the flare-up happened. And every time it happened, I was in a particular building. Not the same building, they were different buildings. And I thought, geez, this is something, because once I got outside with the air and the ground, I was okay, because at that time, even I was barefoot. So my feet were literally touching the earth, the ground. That's good for grounding, to get rid of detox from some of the frequency wave from the nanotech, your devices. Disconnect. So I went back and checked it all through, the documentation, every time I had the flare-up, and when the flare-ups would calm down. Yes, in my mind, I would reach out to God and I would think on good things, and that would change the brain messaging, the epigenetics of my body, and begin healing. So there's some common denominator between all these different buildings when I would have a flare-up. What is the common denominator? I can only make a good guess based on this information that I have. And that would be each building. My good guess is that each building, they were running on 6G. 6G. That is the only common denominator that I could come up with. So like I said, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I do take a lot of cayenne pepper to open up my blood vessels, and as a pain reliever. I take it like 3 times a day. I just put it right with water and chug it down. Medicine. It does help. Remember, medicine is something that helps heal the body. When I go outside and I do grounding with bare feet, when I use my devices less, my body feels better. I feel better. So hit me up in the comment section if you've had experienced something similar to this. Let me know. It's a strange world that we live in, right? God is our number one defense. God is our number one defense. God loves you. See you next time.